Part of town, KTN's Ashamwilo visited the house where it all began for Nelson Mandela. Now brings us the story of humble beginnings for the man now described as the world's president.
A very good evening to you. We're following up events as they unfold from Johannesburg as South Africans prepare to bury their anti-apartheid icon Nelson Mandela this coming Sunday. The South African presidency has already confirmed that more than 90 heads of states will be coming down to the country over the next week up until Sunday. We're still not sure whether all these presidents will grace tomorrow's occasion. It will be a memorial service, a national memorial service that will be held at the FNB Stadium in Soweto. And it's expected that 80,000 people will attend, including President Uhuru Kenyatta and President Barack Obama, who will also give a tribute during that event. Now, today we made our way to a small township called Alexandra, really historic. This is the place where Mandela first lived when he came to Johannesburg from his rural home. But unlike his home in Soweto, Vilakazi Street, or his home in Houghton, there was little celebration here, no mourning, and very little activity going on. Here's a story that we filed earlier on.
Heaps of garbage welcome you. The smell around is equally unpleasant. Inside the little compound, residents move about their normal routine. There is no mourning here, no celebrations either. Yet in this compound stands this house, the first house where Nelson Mandela lived when he first arrived in Johannesburg from his rural home. It's a place the anti-apartheid leader spoke of fondly. He moved into the township of Alexandra in 1941. Only 23 years old, Mandela had his first experience of racial segregation. The poverty in the township drove him to pursue a law degree and abandon his work at the mines. That was the turning point that led him to the ANC.
It was when I came into the African National Congress that I realized that concerns are only a part of the African people. That the task of the ANC was to unite the African people and out of them build a nation.
Today, a drive around Alexandra Township shows that Mandela's dream of a rainbow nation could be far from a reality. 20-year-old Mongezi Kwama knows this all too well. His late great-grandfather rented this house to Mandela back in 1941. His family lived right across from the house.
When Mandela left here, when I was around, my grandmother was actually very small. She was like 7 years old. So yeah, she did mention that she saw him and she's like that huge, like older person. It's like, hi, how are you, and all that.
As the current occupant of this house, Mongezi says Mandela's accomplishment are his motivation. He'll clean his house every morning before going to school. He hopes to become a graphics designer. And a constant glimpse at where Mandela started is the reason he wants to work for a better life away from poverty.
I don't think Alexandra is the way he actually visioned it himself. We have the opportunities, we just need to learn how to use them. And maybe we need someone to remind us what the vision was. We've forgotten, we've grown numb to it.
Currently, about 60% of South Africa's black population is unemployed. Most of those without jobs are found in townships such as Alexandra, in turn fueling criminal activities around the neighborhoods.
For young South Africans like Mongezi who don't want to be part of these statistics, their pledge is now to keep Mandela's dream alive beyond his death. Ashamwilo, KTN, Johannesburg.